trying to make the video. Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I really appreciate you taking time to check out my videos. I don't make a lot of videos. I only cover my own equipment. I mean, nobody sends me shit, so I'm just covering the stuff that I play and kind of the discoveries I'm making along the way, being like a GenX dude who's actually, for the first time in his life, actually beginning to gig out and do recording and stuff. So yeah, that's my kind of the journey of this channel, I suppose you'd say. So what's this video about? Let's get right to the meat. This video is about why I switched from Zoom to Valeton or Valeton or however the hell you say it, and I don't know. This video is why I switched. I was a pretty staunch Zoom user. In fact, I'll tell you in a minute, I'm still a staunch Zoom user for what it's worth. But when it came to taking the next level step up in my rig and my whole pedalboard thing, I've left Zoom, and this video is why. Let me tell you where I started from with Zoom. Like, I don't know, 12 years ago, 15, a long time ago. This unit came out, the G1X on. This is where it started for me. This was the first true multi-effects pedal. Maybe not the first. I had one, there wasn't a digital one. I had one just had like 3 or 4 banks on it or something like that that you could turn on and off. But I never had a full, digital effects pedal like this. And this was the bottom of the market. This was Zoom's kind of pretty much their introductory unit. I think I got mine for 99 bucks back in the day. And I played this for years. I actually made a video of this. This is my first video that ever went anywhere. And so yeah, that was a cool experience. And then the next model came out. And so I upgraded to the ZOOM G1X 4. And when I did this, I quickly jumped into this, learned how to use it, because one thing that happened with this is there were 10 billion fucking videos on this unit here, but a lot of them were just like patching through it, listening to the sounds, punching a couple of buttons. No one was actually using the damn thing and actually showing you how to do a lot of the detail stuff in it. And I was like, well, hell, I'll make a video doing that. So that was my first real video here. So I did the same video or the same type of video on this. Actually, I split it into 2 videos for this one. This unit right here, I think this is November 3rd. I think November 3rd, 2024, the day before the election. Oh gosh, we'll see what happens. Hopefully everything will still be here on the 6th. May it be. Amen. Yeah, I believe this, if you look for a guitar multi-effects pedal, I believe the ZOOM G1X4 is still to this day the #1 selling multi-effects pedal on Amazon. So Zoom hit a home run with this. I think they hit a home run with the first one. And I found, I A-B'd them. I did. I had them, but this is still, that's in the box. That's the original box. I A-B'd these 2 things, and I have to tell you, the original one sounded different. It sounded a little better. If I matched all the, and I'm sure someone will argue with me, but if I matched all the settings, and I did, I took a couple 3 patches and actually did that, matched everything up. The other unit just had a little bit, I don't know, had a little bit better sound to it, I thought. In a mix, playing live, or a little gig or something, there's not enough difference to notice. So yeah, but this one was so much easier to use. The knobs on the front, you can jump right to banks. I loved it. Made the videos on this, and that's cool. But then I began gigging a little bit more, and I wanted more sounds, and I wanted better sounds than this. This has lots of amps and lots of effects. It doesn't have any modeling, really. It doesn't have any IR support at all. The G2X does, but I don't like that unit. I looked into it, and I think it's an overpriced, underperforming, weird 83 reject stealth bomber design. It looks horrible. I don't know even what Zoom was thinking with the new model. But I didn't go up to the G2X, nor any other Zoom model, because I found this, Valeton GP200. And let me tell you, we could stop the video right here. If you could find a used one of these and you were anywhere in my ballpark, like maybe being one of these kind of guys, maybe want to get a little more serious about your pedal, but clearly it's a different piece of hardware, 100%. Metal chassis, multiple buttons, all this. But you don't want to bite off you know, $600, $800, $1,200, $1,800 on some big ass floorboard, this is worth a consideration. Let me tell you, it's worth consideration, man. I paid $217 for this used on Reverb, and it included the shipping. It was not in perfect condition, but it was in perfectly operable condition. There was absolutely nothing wrong with it. You could tell it's been cleaned and stuff a few times, but you know, who cares? It was dusty when I got it. You know, who cares? Because the Zoom was the heart of my pedal board. Incidentally, I built this whole new pedal board. Literally, I'd spent probably like 50 bucks on it, and 30 of that was just damn Velcro. Had all the wood and everything. I've got this whole new kick-ass pedal board built for my setup, and the Valeton is the heart, or Valeton, whatever, is the heart of the setup. Let me just run through it. Again, this is not a review video. I'm not giving you any samples or anything. It's kind of a pedal board rundown for me, I don't know who the fuck will care, but maybe someone will, I guess, someday. At least you get a little bit into my mindset. Let me first say, before I even go any further, let me definitely say that it is only a matter of years. It's probably in under 5 years, maybe under 3 years. A manufacturer is going to come out with a sub $500 unit that puts everything that I'm about to show you in one unit and more. And I'll explain that in a minute. So let me just start off with my pedal board, the heart of my pedal board, why I switched from Zoom to this Valeton unit. Incidentally, there are others, GP100, there's juniors or something. I wanted the full thing because I wanted all this company had to offer, right? And there's other Moore, Licato. I mean, there's lots of these kind of Asian brands coming along, but you know, you gotta give them credit for doing what the American brands aren't really doing. They're all being made in the same country anyway. I don't see why there's all this argument about it, but whatever. Look at all the labels. Not everything. I'm sure Kemper's probably made in Staffordshire, England, or some shit like that. It doesn't matter. Point being, this is a kick-ass unit, and let me show you why I think it's so kick-ass, and let me show you what I've done with my pedal board and what this particular unit allows me to do that I think is pretty cool. It's kind of geeky, but I think it's pretty cool. Let's start over here. Okay, let's start over here. You'll see I got the LR bags, pair acoustic, and a body res pedal. This is my acoustic wet chain right here. So what I do is I plug my acoustic in here, wireless, and I plug my electric right here in B, wireless. This is my, as I said, my acoustic wet chain. So I'm coming through the body res into the pair acoustic and out of the pair acoustic to the board right here with an XLR. But see, I can also split an output signal from this simultaneously without killing this. So what I've also done is I'm coming out from here into the A channel of my AB switcher. This AB switcher is feeding the guitar input of the Valeton unit, or Valeton, whatever it is. Let's go with, it doesn't matter. I'll probably say it different every time. It doesn't fucking matter. So this is how I switch my input to here without compromising my acoustic chain whatsoever. So I can pick up some effects. I can do some funky stuff here, add some, you know, some sparkle, fairy dust, and all kinds of shit I want. Maybe a little grunge or something that I can run an acoustic through. I can do all that fun here without it all compromise. I play a Taylor 710. I love the sound of the guitar. I want it to sound as clean and pretty and sparkly as it possibly can. So I got a preserve channel. I've got a really wet channel for my acoustic. So far, so good. We're over to this part of the board now. More reasons why I like the Valeton GP200. First, it's stereo, and this is stereo XLR, so I get ping pong effects and stuff in here, choruses, and all that can happen in stereo. And I can, if I don't want stereo, I can mono it at the board. I'm not concerned about that. I want the source to be as cool as possible. So I've got stereo outputs, XLR. Guess what? I also have stereo outputs right here of 1/4 inch. But what was I pointing at this one? This is an effects send return loop with separate jacks, not a combo jack. This is separate send return jacks right here. this is the 1/4 inch out in stereo. But guess what? The left out of the 1/4 inch is mono. The send from the effects, or my effects send right here, is mono. So guess what I'm doing with those two things? The left mono processed wet signal I'm sending to my input source of a Digitech Trio Plus band creator and looper. So I can play my effects, this one from the Valeton. I can play this signal, effects signal, into this. And I can build song parts on the fly, and I can do 5 song parts on the fly. You play into this thing, it plays you back bass and drums. It's not very good. It's like having a really technical, geeky 8th grade bass player and drummer from like the school band who have nothing to do ever except to hang out with you and play your music. And so a lot of the times they get shit really wrong and they don't know what you're trying to do. But when they get it right, it's a good stable thing, okay? So this is running Band in a Box, says so right here on the back. Band in a Box software is a firmware version of Band in a Box running directly on this pedal. You get lots of genres, you get lots of cool selections. The point is, I'm feeding my wet signal from the Valeton unit into this. So I can now build my little song parts with my actual guitar parts. I have a looper on here with overdub and back out overdub as well. It's not a one or nothing. You can back out what you stack on here, which is pretty cool. So you got a band in here, bass and drums, with lots of variety, and you have your own looper with overdubbing. So this is a terrific unit, and I'm running it right from here. But what about this dry send for the effects loop? It's going into a TC Helicon Harmony-GXT. This is my voice pitch correction, helping me out on pitch correction when I get off. Okay, I'm not proud. I got no ego with this. I don't have it on T-Pain setting, right? It's subtle because I'm pretty close. But I can use this also. I can dial in some effects right here. Depending on my setting where I'm at, I might want to use the effects that are right here in this. If it's a small enough venue, depending on, you know, and the PA has limited or bad effects, I got effects right on here for my vocals. So I'm sending my dry effects send signal into this unit as the carrier tone for my pitch correction. You don't want a processed signal. You don't want a lot of distortion or anything. You want just a good clean tone. So my guitar tone coming straight through this, either of these, either electric or acoustic, coming through here. I'm passing the clean tone right through my effects unit, clean into here, so I'm giving it the best signal I can to pitch match. So this is the carrier tone for the pitch match, pitch correction on here, which I think is pretty damn cool. I'm coming out of here, as I mentioned, I can come out of here with effects and everything. Incidentally, I can come out of this one XLR using this setup and this pedal right here, and actually I can run my vocals and guitar right up here. I can blend my guitar in right here from this signal. Everything else here is vocal related. So I can literally run a single XLR out. If they can have one plug-in for me, that's all I need. I can actually make it happen, vocals and everything, and have some nice effects happening. TC Helicon has nice effects. I typically keep the guitar all the way out. Don't need it, don't want it. But yeah, I could. So that's a pretty cool thing here. This is just my remote pedal for the Digitech. This is an inexpensive, go ahead and get you the Joyo, the JSP01, Joyo signal page turner, I don't know what it is. I use this for my pad, my iPad, in case I'm doing covers or something like that. I can scroll up and down through all of that with this. So those are my foot controls. I can A/B between my guitars. I have all my controls for my processing here. I can actually switch on and off and do various processing here with my vocals. And then I can do all of my the scratch track, ideation, song creation right here. All on this one pedal board. I don't need any computer. I don't need anything. Now granted, I can't take anything off of this. There's nowhere where everything I'm doing is like being recorded in one place. The vocals aren't here, and I can't take a card off of this. This thing MIDIizes everything it does, so there's no way to just take the files out of it. But nonetheless, as a front end for a singer-songwriter. You want good acoustic, you're a front man on a band, you want electric or you want to pass acoustic through, you've got pitch correction, I've got song, scratch track, song creation, all right here on one pedal board. Even better, as soon as I had built this and I sized it, you know, I basically built it off of this and sized everything as I wanted it and where I wanted it basically. Then I built the pedal board to fit that layout because I knew I wasn't going to be changing that layout for any time soon. Went on Amazon, found me a nice little, I think it was a 66 key keyboard case, good deep little, just a padded case, nothing fancy, for like 27 bucks. So, what a great little setup. I'm geeking out, as you can tell, but I'm really charged. I've already played a couple of gigs with this. I've done some recording with this. Sounds fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal sounding. For the amount of money I have in this thing, you can program your pedals. You can change the colors. You can put it in different modes. You can't really do scenes, but you can do 4 or 8 setups, which one could argue is a scene, but a scene is typically different. So, you know, you can't do mic placement with this on the IR, you know, the cab files. There are some things this just straight up doesn't do. But good golly gee, man, you get this expression pedal, which you can program into the effects. It's not just, you know, whatever happens to use the expression pedal as the G1X was. It's just whatever happened to use this. If it was a wah, it was a wah. If it was a volume, it was a volume, right? You couldn't say set this to drive the distortion or to drive the gain of something like that with a min max or something, right? That would have been cool. Well, yes, you can here. And it's got a good feel to it. It's got a nice feel, a little bit of resistance. It's got a nice feel to it. Ground lift here. I've got MIDI in and out here, the full pin MIDI right here in and out here. USB-C. Incidentally, I'm literally running a 10-foot, here it is, USB, it's buried under this carpet back here. I'm running a 10-foot USB-C cord. I'm in my office / rehearsal space where my 9-to-5 work that I do in this same space. And this I can run this directly to my work computer and do all my configuration and programming that I need to do on this by way of my computer. I can do stuff on here, and it's a heck of a lot easier to do than a lot of units that I've seen or watched videos on, not saying myself. So, man, that's it. That's probably been a long, jabbery video. I don't know how many people even care about this, but I figure, what the hell, I'll make it. Maybe it can help somebody out there. Obviously, that's always my goal, is do something helpful. Maybe give you some ideas, some things that you wanted to pursue, maybe things you were already thinking and you just need an excuse to pursue it. Well, may this be your excuse. Go out there, find a way to make yourself happy in pedalboard land, and if you need to build yourself a new pedal board, go out and find you some old lumber and some stain like I did, and just put something cool together for yourself. Make yourself happy. Peace.